Worthington Foods. Chocolates in a can. And they come in their own gravy. And you can bread them. That would make them taste very good, but they taste very good just as they are. And this is Glendora versus Cecilia Masterilli. Tybat Sulaco and Officer Lewis of the Peekskill Police Department. And we are printing page 36 out of 60. And we are excoriating Kenneth Rudolph, Edward McCabe, and Jonathan Littman for double-crossing the law, the citizens, the cities, the counties, the state, and America. We started this at 11:45 this morning. This is the third legal paper out of 7 that have to be done this week. And these are Betty Crocker mashed potatoes with no butter. And this is mushroom gravy. And here are 14 sets of pages 1 to 30 collated. Here is the title page. And it's a motion for re-argument. Because they broke the law by circumventing it and slithering around it. Who? Well, Kenneth W. Rudolph, Edward McCabe, Jonathan Littman. And here are petite peas, one of God's greatest creations. And here it is, steaming hot for you. You want to put on the gravy now? There it is, one for you, one for me. Now let's eat genteelly. And it's time to feed the birdies too. We fed them 4 times this morning. We fed them peanut butter sandwiches, and then we fed them party peanuts. Did you just hear that rumble at 10 minutes to 3? And what page are we on? Oh boy, we're almost on to 40. 40 out to 60. Now this is an all-vegetarian dinner, folks. No meat, no animals slaughtered, tortured, agonized, murdered, with an electric shock at their rectum. Nothing like that. No animals who stand in urine and feces all their lives because of the cruelty of people. No, this is clean eating. The chocolates are made from textured vegetable soybean. And everything else, of course, prima facie is non-animal. So don't eat animals. You don't want anything dead in you. Sing Melanie's song. Again, it's mashed potatoes, gravy, petite peas, and vegetarian chocolates. Chocolates were invented and manufactured by Jim Hagel of Worthington Foods. He is now dead after living a nice, long, healthy life. And the company was sold to Kellogg's, which doesn't do nearly as good a job as Jim Hagel did. They've ruined quite a few of the products. This is our snow that came just about a month ago. Today is the day before March 14th, and February 14th, months ago, as you know, was Valentine's Day, and that's when we got 14 inches of snow. And the robber said to the bank teller, "1 peep out of you in your geography." And she says, "Well, don't you mean history?" And he said, "Don't change the subject."
Tuesday, 6:20 p.m.
And here it is, folks. It is printed. 62 pages. No, actually it was 64, 66, 68 pages, 14 sets. And it's printed, it's collated, and it's stapled. And it's been 7.5 hours. Maybe 8.5. Well, 7 anyway. From 11:45 to 5:45. Glendora versus Cecilia Mastroulli, Tybat Sulaco, and Officer Lewis, Peekskill Police Department. The other bad actors are Walter Sorrock, lawyer for hire, Sadley Stevens, Burke and Burke, lawyer for hire law firm, Kenneth W. Rudolph, Jonathan Littman, and Edward McCabe. Do you know any of those people? We caught them, folks, and we caught them well. And when I was your age, I was worried about my pigeon toes. Now I'm worried about my crow's feet. But he who received seed on the good ground is he who hears the word and understands it, and who indeed bears fruit. None of these people did. Isn't it sad? Pray for them that soon they will.
Miller.
Yes.
It's Glendora.
Yep.
I put out that pan just the way you gave it to me.
Yep.
And you know there wasn't a crumb left this morning.
Really? Good.
Really? I didn't think they'd eat all that much, so I've got to feed them more.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I thank you very much for that.
You're very welcome. There wasn't, like I said, there wasn't that much, but a little bit is better than something.
Well, they certainly ate every bit of it.
Good. That's great.
Did I tell you about the boy in the back of the church?
No.
And he said, saw all these names on the wall. And the priest went by and he said, I don't understand what all these names are. And the priest says, those are the names of our people who died in the service. And the little boy said, which service? 8:30, 9:30, 10? Okay, Ruth, thanks again for helping the raccoons.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime I can, I will.
I was amazed when I looked out there this morning and there wasn't a crumb.
Good.
Yep.
That's good.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Glendora. You take care.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
And here are the bad actors. Defendant Appellate, Cecilia Mastroulli, Cablevision, in Peekskill. Christine Savarino, and Charles F. Dolan, and Cablevision, in Harrison. And Charles F. Dolan, chairman of Cablevision, and his son, the chief executive officer, so-called Cablevision Systems Corporation, in Bethpage. And these people do wrong, and so you take them to the court, and you should get justice. But what do you get? You get crooked Jonathan Littman, Appellate Term, Supreme Court, State of New York, and crooked Kenneth W. Rudolph, and Marvin Tannenbaum. And did you see that Sebastian autographed this one? Apparently he got his feet wet on the desk, and then he went through the ink, and then he autographed the next one. Well, the rest of you are not so lucky. And we have crooked Angiolillo, who was so crooked that he was rewarded by being promoted from the appellate term to the appellate division. And Edward McCabe, so-called Supreme Court appellate term. And they are going to go to third-party service. The others are going to be served tomorrow. I believe this cost 31 hours. Yes, 31 hours and $46.06. Internet numbers 4,562, 3, 4, and 5. And it is 8:15 p.m. 56 degrees today on March the 13th, Tuesday. One day before Partnership Day, 3 years and 1 month. Why was a dumb blonde staring at the orange juice? It said, concentrate.
Oh, well, he will, believe me.
Yeah.
He'll be far too filled out soon.
Yeah, I hope he...
Oh, yeah, that you don't... You lose your shape fast enough, don't worry. Okay. So the bank robber said to the bank teller, one word out of you, and you'll be geography. And she says, don't you mean history? And he says, don't change the subject.
That's hysterical.
Get a good picture. Something like this. Ooh, that's way too close. Oh, okay. Way too close. Can't you go up a little farther? Yes, I can. Right about there is usually good. Oh, that's good. Now, let's get this plant on top of this can. Looking for you, Stream.com? Thank you, Eden. 49, let's not forget God. 50, let's not forget God. We rejoice. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're such a pretty picture. You're such a pretty cat. Yes, you're so many nice colors. And you have such long hair and you have such big eyes. And you're so playful. I think that's it. Liberty and law. What is that? I used to know about that. Liberty and law. Liberty and law. I used to know about that, didn't you? Seems to me I heard about that long, long time ago. Long time ago. Wasn't there something called America? Do you remember that? Wasn't there something called liberty and law? Whatever happened to it? Where did it go? Good morning, folks. It is March the 14th. This is my partnership day with God. 3 years and 1 month. Anniversary. I want you to be a partner with God. I want you to know the happiness, the fulfillment, the goodness, the peace, the acquirement, the joy, the relaxation, the freedom from worry. I want you to know that. And I have a Bible passage here that is terrific for that. And it is Matthew 13. And it's all about the sower. And he put his seed, and it fell among thorns. And what that means is that the Word of God in their hearts was choked by the cares and pleasures of the alluring world. Well, don't let the world allure you. You're never going to find the happiness in those things, in the cares and pleasures. You're never going to find it there. The only place you're going to find it is with God. And how do you get to God? Every morning you spend your alone time with God. You have a devotional such as this. This devotional reprints the Bible passage for you. And then it meditates on it on the other page. And then you say a prayer. And then you sing a hymn. And every 15 minutes, which will be 3 minutes, you rejoice about something. And at the top of every hour, you count 15 blessings. And in between, you count pure thoughts. I don't have what happened to my other speaker that was so beautiful. I played the CDs. But it's gone into the museum in a box of things that don't work anymore. And that's where the judges are going. And that's where the courts are going. We have here a huge legal paper. And a little background about this is Cecilia Masterulli, who works for Cablevision, or does something for Cablevision. I don't know if it's work or not. And she delighted at the command of her evil supervisor, Christine Savarino, to chase away Glendora's signers. First of all, they have no statutory authority to require a signer. And that means you have to have somebody, a local resident, sign for your cable TV show, or they won't put it they won't cablecast it. And they have no statutory authority to that, it's just a power play. And so Christine and Cecilia would chase away my signers, and then I'd have to spend a whole lot of money going back to the community to find a new signer, and this cost hours, dollars, and ergs of energy. And so I sued Cecilia Masterulli for this. She did not show up in court, nor did Cablevision, nor did their liar for hire, Sadly, Stevens, Burke, and Burke. And nor did Robert Callaghan, because he's dead. And I won by default, $5,000. this was in the White Plains City Court before Brian Hansberry. And these cheap Park Avenue lawyers, Sadly, Stevens, Burke and Burke, and cheap Cablevision, Charles Dolan and James Dolan, Cablevision Systems Corporation, and a vicious lawyer for hire of no bounds, Walter A. Sarok, put up a fight for that $5,000 and stole it away from the 78-year-old widow. And tried to. And the White Plains City Court stood by Glendora. Eric Press and Brian Hansberry stood by Glendora and would not grant the vacatur. There were 2 orders to show cause, both illegal, both juvenile, both a disgusting display of ineptitude. And they lost. And so, in their dirty way, they appeal, and somehow or other they get to the judges, you know, it's this kind of money, or it's, I'll remember in November, or whatever it is. But they get to the appeals judges, and that was the end of the $5,000. With no grounds at all, and entirely upon lies, and entirely upon machinations and treason to America, to the state of New York, and to the county of Westchester, and the city of White Plains, and the Appellate Term, and the Supreme Court of the state of New York, 9th and 10th and Judicial District. In violation of all of those, and with no reason at all, they took away the $5,000 that Glendora had so justly won in the city court in the city of White Plains. Well, Glendora wrote her appellee's brief, and she wrote her reply brief, and she went before the Appellate Term in the city of White Plains at 140 Grand Street. And my, it is so grand, it is so Westchester, and it is so New York, and it is so expensively appointed. It is grand. And she went before Edward McCabe from Nassau County, a Supreme Court judge there, and before Jonathan Lippman, who also is the administrative judge